Hello, and welcome back to my F1 driver career mode. We are here for round 5. It was a great result last round. We got 9th place for 2 points. Let's get into the Grand Prix and see what we can do. Alright, welcome to qualifying. We're going to try to get as good a position as possible today, obviously, and see where we can get in the race. Alright, so that's P6 as we cross the line. That's not a bad banker lap. Hopefully we can stay there. But 132.1 as I kind of get all over the place. Let's see how lap 2 goes. Alright, so it was a scruffy lap last time around. We're down to P18. Let's just try to improve. And provisionally, we go P7. It was a fantastic lap, a 1:30.6. That has to put us towards the top 10 of the Grand Prix. Alright, that's qualifying done. That's P11. Honestly, I'm really happy with that after my first lap. Jack Doohan gets 7th, our teammate, and Kimi Antonelli takes pole, locking out a Mercedes 1-2. Let's get into the race. Alright, we're here on the grid. We moved up to P10 due to a penalty to Lewis Hamilton, so he starts P20. And we're going to see where we can finish. Hopefully bring home some points. And we're lights out. As we're going down into turn 1, we should get ahead of Stroll and Doohan. As we're side by side with our teammate, we're going to get past fresh, soft tires on our car. As we do run wide. Really poor start to the Grand Prix with going off track there. This is a hard track in general, I find. It's just very... the turns just come at you too fast in the beginning of the first sector. Right, so we have pushed away just past a second of Sainz in the Williams, and we are trying to chase down Verstappen. So it seems like those top teams, like Verstappen and Leclerc and stuff, are going to get away from us here, as we just haven't really seemed to make headway. But at the same time, we seem to have the pace advantage over Sainz and Doohan, which is good news. A P7 finish would be a great result for us. Would be our highest of the season so far. Doohan is starting to close up, however,
okay, so we're leading
with a few mistakes.
By 1.7 seconds.
Sainz is starting to close back in, but we are going to be boxing at the end of the next lap. Hopefully that will help us, as our tires are starting to get a little warm.
It's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on. Push now. We're boxing this lap.
We do get down the inside, although a bit of a dive bomb. Hopefully no damage to Sainz, as I don't know what happened to our pace. I guess the tires just kind of went away in a few mistakes. So we have the caution.
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta.
via C, alright. It's going to give us a pretty cheap stop as well. Okay, so no cheap stop, but does give us a chance to kick up the battery packs and hopefully save a bit of time.
Okay, let's go now. Come on.
As we do see the Racing Bulls of Hajar come in as well.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
As we just come out behind Liam Lawson, who's also on the softs. I assume he isn't pitted yet. Liam Lawson was not making it easy there, swerving all over the road. But we're going to get around him. So we have been catching Hamilton on his hard tires. I have to assume he hasn't boxed yet, as he did start from the very back of the field with penalties. So hopefully we're going to be able to at least catch up to him as our teammate dives
Jack's
into the pits.
Jack in the pits.
We should be able to get around him, as it seems we're going to fly back up into a points paying position, exactly where we want to be. So Science and Doing, it looks like we got the undercut on them actually by quite a bit, as I did kind of make a mistake into that hairpin. But we got 2 seconds over our teammate Jack Doohan, and I assume there's still more to pit, because that would we did pit from 7.
The car ahead of you's just fitted the...
Behrman and Sonoda pit. Hopefully that gives us some more positions.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 10.8 seconds.
As our pole sitter Antonelli comes out in 6th. Obviously a bit of a strategy blunder there from the Mercedes team. So I do believe Science will catch up to us by the end of this Grand Prix, unless something crazy happens. So it looks like we could be in for a bit of a fight towards the end, as they're both within DRS, but Doohan does get around him.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.9 seconds.
Doohan being ahead would benefit us, as we seem to have the pace over him, and that could cause them to drop back. Also, them fighting just in general slows them down. But it seems I have made...
Okay, the gap to the car ahead is 5 seconds. Let's see if we can bring it down.
mistakes. Science is right there. Science is basically at my fenders. Doohan is going to try to dive down the outside. We're going to try to keep it close down the inside. Science definitely got the DRS there, but he also has the pass made. As we collect our teammate again. That's twice. Doohan's not going to be happy.
Looking at the damage, and we think we should be okay to continue. It's going to cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
As the team will not be happy with us, as we definitely caused some collisions there. As Dune's going to dive down our inside, but we are going to keep the car in. No team orders yet down at Alpine. Wouldn't be surprised if there was, though. Just one more lap to try and keep everyone else behind. As we get tagged in the back by, I think that had to be Dune again.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake.
Ocon's going to get by.
Gain the position. Final lap.
So will Dune.
Push, push.
That's very gutting to lose P7. I don't know if there's much we can do about it. We just have to try to keep everyone behind. Hopefully not break any rules. Into the final corner. It seems it's going to be P8. Oh, Science just gets us at the line. P9, that's so disappointing after a pretty good race until collision with our teammate. Probably mostly my fault. However, he shouldn't be trying to overtake. So George Russell wins from Lando Norris, and then Charles Leclerc, our pole sitter Kimi Antonelli, comes in 6th after a fairly disappointing race for him, I must admit. We were running 7th for a good portion of that race. Seemed like we had it in the bag. Multiple mistakes from my end, and then also some teammate shenanigans saw us come home P9. Jack Doohan down 11th. Carlos Sainz and Esteban Ocon would get by us for those positions. Elsewhere on the grid, Lewis Hamilton 14th after a fairly decent qualifying. That's going to be disappointing for him. And Lance Stroll and Gabriel Bortoleto round out the field. Taking a look at the standings, it's Charles Leclerc. He still leads over Yuki Tsunoda and Lando Norris. And where were we in the standings? 15th, so 4 points. Really close to Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time for the Miami Grand Prix. Thank you for watching.